Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. I'm Brittany Rucker. The Wabaunsee County Livestock Show took place June 5th through 6th and was one of the first, if not the first, livestock shows since the COVID outbreak. Speaking more on this, I have with me now Fair Board member and new building committee, Adam Lukert.
Thanks for having me on.
Adam, give us an overview of the Wabaunsee County Livestock Show that you guys put on.
Sure. So in April, the Wabaunsee County Fair Association picked up the show and really started to look at the show and think about how can we make this show happen in light of COVID. There was a lot of things that were proving not to be happening during COVID. A lot of uncertainty about what the future was going to be for youth events, whether that be baseball or showing livestock. And we thought, well, if there's any way we can make this happen, we're definitely gonna do it. So ultimately, our committee actually composed a letter that went to the governor's office, kind of making the point that these outside events can happen, and shouldn't be included in the definitions and the ad astra plans of a fair, because they're different types of events. They're more concentrated. They're outside. They allow for brief interactions of people and things like that. Unbeknownst to us, Kansas State Research and Extension had actually already been working on the exact same plan, and really helped us to get things started again and get shows going again this summer. And now there's 3 or 4 every weekend right now, even as we head into July. So that really is fantastic.
Yeah. So what precautions did you guys take going into that?
Right. So we were immediately very, very upfront with our health department. Got a hold of him immediately, and he assured us that if we could come up with a good plan that kind of fit into the ad astra plan and the KDA guidance for youth livestock shows, we could proceed. So we did a lot of things that helped for both the youth and the spectators and our guests coming to town. For starters, for the youth, we had the kids show off the trailers primarily. So as they bring their livestock to the show, we encourage them to, stay at their trailers as much as possible, show their animals off their trailers, not stall them in the barns. We did use the barns as it ended up being a very hot day for brief interactions, wash pens and staging classes and things like that. But for the most part, the kids were spread out. We were in phase 3 at that point, which allowed 45 people in a confined area. And of course, these were outside events, so we were not in a confined area anyway. We made sure every barn had proper ventilation. We had great big fans going everywhere, blowing through there, which really decreases the chances of having COVID. And then as we looked at the stands and the spectators, that was the other place that we were really concerned about. Every other row, the bleachers was blocked off. We made regular every half hour announcements to the crowd to remind them to sit by family group. If they did not have a youth in the ring, to please go back to their trailers. And then we streamed the show on Facebook Live. Wyatt Minahan is got a business out of Omega there that they came down and streamed on Facebook Live and took pictures from us. At one point we had 7,000 views on Facebook of the show going on, which was fantastic. Many thanks to him for helping us out there, because he donated his time and his equipment and whatnot. It really was great. We had Wi-Fi installed in both our exhibit building and in our outside arena. I'm actually here at the arena right now. Sorry for the glare there, but we had people in Texas watching the show, grandma and grandpa down, a long ways away. So we tried to discourage grandma and grandpa from coming, discourage those that are at risk, to still allow the event to go on. I guess one last thing that we did was in regards to food. We invited some of our local food vendors, restaurants and whatnot, were some of the hardest hit with COVID and whatnot being shut down. We actually had them come up and run concession stands for us. That allowed our out of county visitors to not visit the community for food and drink, and stay here on the fairgrounds to prevent any community spread.
Absolutely. And despite all these precautions and regulations you had to take, you had quite a phenomenal turnout.
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, the show hosted 232 kids from 38 counties, exhibiting 656 animals between the 2 days. And so that show was ultimately more than twice as big as any show we'd ever hosted. And I'm very proud to say it's been 15 days now since the show, and we've had no reports of any spread whatsoever, and can now be declared past our COVID time. So we should be good.
Yeah, and you're in the process of fundraising for a new fair facility. What have you done so far on that end?
Sure. So, really starting last year already, the Wabaunsee County Fair Association took a hard stance at improving the fairgrounds and bringing things kind of up to a modern speed or modern facility, if you will. Um, we started with actually our inside exhibit building renovation. We did the bathrooms last year, and the walls and the ceilings, and updated the electrical and LED lightings in that building since last fair. Our south exhibit building now has new concrete and a new ceiling, which will actually be very nice for food and places to sit outside at fair this year, because lo and behold, that's going to be a very important part of this county fair. And we are now in the process. We kind of use that momentum, and we're rolling forward into the livestock barns. Late last fall, we had a private donation, a donor that noticed that things were happening at the fairgrounds and wanted to keep things moving, and actually pledged $50,000 to renovate the livestock buildings. And so we're starting with a new arena, new beef barn, new hog barn, replacing the roof on a couple buildings. There's really a lot of things that we're doing in phases to progress forward here. And we now have $170,000 gathered up towards that project, and going to roll that forward into fair.
Yeah. And Adam, I definitely want to give you a plug here. If people watching want to donate, where would you send them to?
Sure. So really, we've definitely got a Facebook page, Wabaunsee County Fair Association. You can get in contact with us there. My personal phone number, we're going to be provided on a flyer that will come to you. But biggest thing is we invite you to the county fair and seek us out. So July 24th is going to be a big event for us. We're having a ranch rodeo that evening at 7:00. As well as one of our main fundraising points for the new arena. So in our new arena, which will be nearly double the size of our current arena, is going to be our new auction block, announcer stand, and its combination picture backdrop. We're calling it Brands of the Flint Hills is what we're calling it. And we're going to have a branding party at the Ranch Rodeo on that night. So we're taking donations. Bring your cattle brand, put it on the new announcer stand. It's going to be 16 foot long, 8 foot tall. And we've actually got over 50 brands gathered up so far, and have space for over 100. And so that's one of our main fundraising points. It's going to be a really unique piece. The idea being, after, when we have the new arena built and this is in place, you'll be able to watch the show, see a cattle brand, and then go over to the corner. We're taking brand histories, family histories, mom, dad's name, grandma, grandpa, the whole like. You'll be able to read about the brand, read about local history, and kind of tie that back into the arena.
Yeah, really becoming a part of the facility.
Absolutely.
And you touched on this before, but when is your county fair dates?
Right. So the fair starts July 24th and runs to the 28th. The Ranch Rodeo and Brand Party is Friday night. Parade Saturday night. Beef show Sunday night. Sheep and goat shows Monday morning. Hog show Monday night. Livestock sale is where we wrap up. Youth event on Tuesday night. So July 24th, 28th in Alma, and we'd sure like to see everybody there.
Adam, final question. Why are events like the Wabaunsee County Livestock Show important?
Sure. So the Youth Livestock Exhibition is really the centerpiece of the livestock community. It's really the event that we rally around and use to teach our kids not only the day of the show, but at home. We've got hard work, dedication, animal husbandry, knowledge about the food supply, communication with other people, adults, kids, judges, compassion for animals, and then just the routine process of raising livestock is all very important things that come together as we raise our kids. It's really, it provides the fundamentals for basically who they are and who we're raising going forward.
Absolutely. Well, Adam, thank you so much for being on the program.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm Brittany Rucker, and this has been Ag AM in Kansas.